Hi there, this is a quick update on how is House of the Dragon going to set up other spin-offs. I've mentioned this in longer videos, but there was one little bit of new info that came out in the spread of interview stuff that Entertainment Weekly gave. This is from something Steve Toussaint said, that he revealed that, yeah, the main hall of High Tide Castle has all of Corlys's treasures from the East in it, his treasures from his voyages, expensive statues, stuff, globes, all of that. And I said in a previous video, these will be used as an obvious hook for a Corlys prequel, the young Corlys prequel. And he revealed indirectly in this, yeah, it's full of those things. They're really detailed. And he said at first they weren't going to put in dialogue what they were or anything, but he said to Ryan Condal, well, wouldn't my character know what each of these things is from? So can you, think out what, that globe is from Karth, that tapestry is from the Summer Isles, that statue is from Yeti or something. I'm making up examples, but they did mention a globe. And he said Ryan Condal came back with really detailed descriptions of every one of his treasures from the East, leading me to think that, since then they've revised these scenes so that there will be obvious dialogue, as a hook for young Corlys. But even if it's not dialogue, that these things are really detailed and they thought out descriptions for them, which matches reports we got. But that's pretty much common sense. We're going to see his treasures from the East. They're setting up a prequel for him. The other two things we heard they were doing were that, they can't set up Duncan Egg because it comes after this. But there is that Doom of Valyria prequel I reported on, which has been on pause. But even in the Hollywood Reporter stuff, they've recently mentioned, maybe we'll do Doom of Valyria or something. And no, that's actually a specific idea. Well, I said, we've heard there's this big scene where Viserys and Daemon in the first episode are looking at artwork or something of Valyria and start talking about, do the gods have a plan or not? Because his wife just died. And Viserys starts going, well, the Targaryens survived the Doom of Valyria because of the prophecies of Daenerys the Dreamer. Maybe the gods do have a plan. So that's an obvious launching point for they never clearly explained in dialogue, in live action, how the Targaryens escaped the Doom. They have in cartoons, but not in this. So we've heard that's happening, and the recent trailer has been mentioning dragon dreams, prophetic dreams, which is a point towards that, not quite proof yet. And the third thing we heard is the Nymeria prequel, 10,000 Ships, that the Valyria one is on pause, that the current active prequel ideas, they're not just pitches, they've all advanced to the pilot script phase. Doesn't mean they're greenlit, just they've hired someone to write a full script for a pilot. The three that are currently in contention, and they might make more, but these are the ones in pilot stage, are Young Corlys, Duncan Egg, and Nymeria and the 10,000 Ships of the Rhoynar. Valyria, if it comes, will be like the wave after that. But because it didn't really work organically to how, you talk about Targaryens, you talk about Valyria, or you talk about Corlys, you show his statues, we heard that they're just going to have young Alicent and Rhaenyra reading a history lesson about Nymeria and the 10,000 Ships. Like how they set up Duncan Egg in Game of Thrones, where it's just Jaime and Joffrey looking through the Book of the Kingsguard. And they go, oh, here's the entry on Duncan Atoll. That'll be just like they're going through a book and going, oh, yeah, Nymeria was cool. She was a girl and she was a queen and led armies and stuff. And we've heard that's how they're going to work in Nymeria. And elegant in its simplicity, why would someone give an info dump? Have a history lesson. So when they put out that promo photo in Entertainment Weekly of, and you see young Alicent with Rhaenyra, and she has this really prominent book prop, what we've heard is that that's a book about Nymeria. But we'll see what happens. This is just a short update on look at the Entertainment Weekly article, I'll link it below, of the Corlys actor saying, he talks quite a bit about, am I going to do stuff with the young Corlys prequel? And he said, they haven't contacted me at all, but I think it would be cool that, as a framing device for all of one scene at the beginning, it's me sitting down, opening up a book that's going, hey, let me read to you my memoir of all of my journeys, to link from the older actor to the younger one, because he said, Look, I'm 57. I can't play young Corlys. The Sea Snake was like in his teens and 20s when he made all those voyages. So I like the way he said it. They're going to hire someone who's prettier than me. But that's what we've heard so far of the current crop of spin-offs, which are in phases of development. There's also the animated projects. There's three of those. We only know what one of them is. One of them is about Yi Ti. And by Yi Ti, I mean also by extension the Jade Sea in general. That Yi Ti is kind of like China. Lang Island is kind of like Japan. It's next to it. That in the trailer we did see a shot of Daemon giving Rhaenyra this really prominent necklace. And that is a thing from the book, that he'd give her fabulous gifts that he in turn got from Corlys, such as a necklace or tiara from the Empress of Leng or something. So I wonder if they'll mention that in dialogue as a hook for, but also like Corlys going, and this is for when I had that voyage to Yi Ti, is both setting up young Corlys and setting up the Yi Ti project. So if and when House of the Dragon Season 1 is a success, this whole cinematic universe is going to explode in size, that all of the info we were going over in 2021 will seem like nothing in comparison to this. The new corporate masters they have from Discovery bought HBO's parent company will want this to be their Star Wars franchise and will make a ton of stuff. I don't want too many things, but like, wouldn't it be cool to have two concurrent live action projects and maybe an animated thing at the same time? Exciting times, and I'm more worried about how are we going to keep up with all of this. That after 3 years of inactivity, my worry now is how are we going to keep up with all of this? So that's a problem you want to have, I guess.